This time I did my shoot with Praveen Talan. Thank God I was so particular about the clothes and I was so particular about the makeup because मैंने कोई 2012 में कोई शूट किया था उनके साथ and we had tied up with some local Mumbai PR person, and that PR person had done some shady setup in terms of calling those media guys, and it had become so shady, the entire photo shoot, that this time me and Sagram decided that we will never do a combination photograph which is sexual or hot in nature, because we don't want to project a wrong image, but we were stuck at that time because the PR was wrong. I think the photographer wanted a glamour look to come out, but the way it was handled, it was really really pathetic. So 2012 के बाद मैंने शूट किया अभी 2025 में प्रवीण जी के साथ. So this time I was very very particular about my clothes, about how I want to do my makeup and everything. But he is an established photographer, so he'll give me good pictures only, I'm sure about that. But I'm just trying to tell you that it's very important for an actor and an actress to be aware of the kind of PR activity that is happening when you are doing a hot or a glamorous photo shoot, because India के अंदर the paparazzi mentality is very cheap. जब लोग रोड पे खड़े हो सकते हैं और paparazzi को बुला सकते हैं and they do that on the road getting naked, so their thought process is very funny to become something or to come in news. That was not our thought process so many years back. We wanted to do a hot photo shoot, but the way it came out by keeping paparazzi in close proximity was very very funny. It was very very cheap, but anyways we've learned so much from that also. हमने तो कोई पीआर को रखा नहीं है, ठीक है. और जो भी आर्टिकल्स तुम दे रहे हो अपने फाइट के लिए, वो तो तुम सिस्टमैटिकली दे रहे हो अपने फाइट के लिए. तो ये आर्टिकल किसने निकाला? ये लड़की है कौन? इसके साथ तुमने काम किया है क्या? मतलब क्या काम किया है? कोई ढंग का काम किया है कि ऐसे ही कुछ काम किया है? ये वीडियो उन्होंने तुम्हारे इंस्टाग्राम से उठाया है, तो तुम्हारे इंस्टाग्राम पे तुमने डाला होगा ये वीडियो, तो इन्होंने उठा के कुछ भी कर दिया. मगर डीएनए ऐसे कैसे छाप सकता है? मतलब डीएनए में थोड़ी तो अक्ल होनी चाहिए ना. मतलब ये पीआर एक्टिविटी किसकी है? ये पीआर एक्टिविटी उसने खुद ही करी है अपने आप, मतलब हमारे को नेगेटिव पब्लिसिटी देने के लिए. मतलब दिस इज लाइक अ ब्रूटल अटैक ऑन पीपल्स लाइव्स, बिकॉज यहाँ पर आप एक न्यूज़ निकाल रहे हो एक कपल के बारे में, जो न्यूज़ आपने कहीं से भी वेरीफाई नहीं करी है. आपने ना मुझे फ़ोन किया है ना आपको फ़ोन किया है. सो विदाउट वेरीफाइंग अ न्यूज़ यू आर इन्वेडिंग पीपल्स लाइव्स. दिस इज इन्वेजन ऑफ प्राइवेसी. This is for Alia Bhatt, but forget it. Alia Bhatt has different fundas for invasion of privacy. This is invasion of privacy because you are typing news about a couple which is not verified from any source, not from the couple themselves, not from the PR, not from the friends, from nowhere. It is just an imagination of your mind. Now people talk about family tree. People talk about how they can, through genetics, DNA genetics and some science, figure out your family tree of your ancestors. So I just want to use this information that I've got from watching films on OTT platform, and I just want to share that I was reading something about Waqf Amendment Bill, and Waqf Amendment Bill is saying that the person who should be involved in property transfer related to Waqf should be a practicing Muslim since 5 years. See, I don't want to get into any religion, but basically technically people living in Bharat were slaves of Britishers and slaves of Mughals. The slave mentality is there because during that invasion a lot of Bharatiyas got converted into Islam. So if we go and find the family tree of lot of Muslims who are Indian Muslims, their family tree would end up in a Hindu name or a Hindu, family. So I am saying this whole Waqf nonsense is just limited to 5 years of practicing Islam. So people in opposition should not do so much of drama about it, because 5 years is nothing. So 5 years is not a big deal. Why are you opposing that? That is something which is basic, okay, for getting into this whole Waqf property transfer. If I was somebody who was in power, I would have said go back to the family tree of 3 generations. Go back to the family tree of 4 generations, and if that 4 generation is having Muslim roots as the religion of the family, then you involve them in the whole Waqf transfer, because Hindus were always there on Bharat land and they got converted, either by Britishers or by Mughals. Now Britishers didn't actually convert them into Christianity, but Mughals converted them into Islam. So if I was somebody in power, 5 years is nothing. I would have said go back to the family tree. But here nobody is going to the family tree. You are talking only about 5 years of practicing Islam because it is something you say that it is related to your religion. But by disbarring that, you are saying that Waqf transfer of properties is not related to religion. Okay, by removing that 5-year clause, you are saying that Waqf transfer of properties is not related to religion. But this 5-year was a very minimum, religion angle. Now let it just be whatever the rules are, because I don't know the rules and I'm not a blind Andhabhakt of BJP or something. So let it just be rules, because I am just talking about the land of Bharat. The land of Bharat, if we go back to any practicing Muslim family right now, go back to their family tree, which is not even related to kagas, which is not related to any kind of paperwork, just to DNA testing and DNA science, then that family tree will come down to a Hindu family, which is a fact. You understand? So if I was in rule, I would have said do DNA genetic testing, go back to the 3-generation family tree, go back to the family tree all the way back to 3 generations, 4 generations, 5 generations, if you want the land of Bharat to be used for some kind of religious activity, which you are saying Waqf is or is not. I have no idea. Because when you remove the 5-year Islam practicing angle, you are moving the religion practicing angle. You're getting it? I don't know if I'm making any sense to anybody, but I just got up and I'm reading weird news. Do you understand? So I'm also like, wow.